good, but hopefully she'll sound a little bit better this year, and that's what we're gonna get into in today's video. What's up, everybody? I hope all of you had a happy and healthy 2023. I wanted to come on here and make this video just to say thank you for all the support you showed me in 2023, as well as give you a little channel update, and also just where I want to take the channel in 2024. So first things first, I'm at a pretty cool little airstrip. I get to see these little planes take off every now and then, and I also wanted to just kind of introduce a little bit more of me to the channel also in 2024. As you may have been able to tell, in 2023, I did a lot of review videos. I pretty much did straight review videos. And the reason for that is because I knew the review videos would get views and watch time and stuff like that. And I just needed to do that to build a base following, but also build a little bit of a revenue stream, just to be totally honest with you. And I love making the review videos. Don't get me wrong. I love driving all these new vehicles. It's actually really cool because it just gives me a different perspective of all the different cars that you see on the road. It's like, okay, I've driven that one. That one's okay. This one's pretty good. This one's awesome. So it has been a very cool experience. And just to give you a little background on me, I've always loved cars. Literally, you know, since I was a kid or a baby almost in a way. One of my first words was car. You can ask my parents. Well, maybe we're not going to ask my parents, but that was one of the first words that I ever said. And then also, I used to sit on my grandpa's lap and we'd go over the newspaper. And then part of the newspaper, they had all the different car manufacturers, and he would teach me all the different, you know, car manufacturers like Audi, Land Rover, all of those different things. So maybe he's the one who got me into cars, and he's the one who's given me this spending problem. I just want to kind of introduce more of me to the channel in 2024. And that's something that I've always kind of wanted to do. I've just never maybe necessarily had the confidence to do it because I've always been worried, you know, what if it doesn't do well? What if the video gets like 3 views? Oh, you know, stuff like that. And that's always kind of been in the back of my head, and hence the reason I've never really done videos like that. But I do some cool stuff, you know, throughout the year, maybe not every day, but I do some cool things. And that's kind of why I want to start introducing maybe either a lifestyle video or, you know, a build series video, which I'll get into that in this car here in a second. But I want to start introducing at least one of those kinds of videos once per week. So that's a channel goal of mine for 2024. So basically, this is my 2010 Camaro SS. I've never really introduced it on the channel. I do have one video of it. I might as well do an exterior little walk around of it, maybe a little review, not actually, but this is my 2010 Camaro SS. This car actually has a pretty cool story behind it. It's a little sad, but also really happy at the same time. I know it's just kind of like, wait, you just said this, now it's that. But there is a really cool story behind this car, which maybe I'll get into later on. Maybe not today. Maybe I'll give you a little, you know, summary of why I have this car. But this car has been really in the background since 2017. It is a 2010 Camaro SS, 6-speed manual, LS3. It's got headers, full 3-inch exhaust, and it sounds really, really good. But it's not necessarily where I want it to be. We got a little plane taking off here in the background. By the way, a little bit of background behind me. I like planes, boats, everything that has an engine, I'm a fan of. And I would love to pilot a plane, love to drive a boat, love to drive a car. Here's another little plane. It's pretty active here today. But anyways, back to the car. This is a very special car to me. I love this car, and it's more than a car, and this is a car I will never get rid of because it is that special to me. So essentially, back in 2017, just to do a little quick summary of why I have this car, I was diagnosed with leukemia, and 2 of my uncles pulled together when I was in the hospital, and they were like, hey, do you want a car? I'm like, what? They're like, yeah, what kind of car would you want? I'm like, I don't know, maybe a C5 Corvette. They're like, okay. So they went into, anyways, they went and checked out a couple cars. Like, C5 Corvette is a little bit too dangerous. What about a 2010 Camaro? I was like, okay. Then a few days later, my uncle comes back and is like, hey, what do you think about this car? And he shows me this car on his phone. He's like, what do you think about this car? You like it? I'm like, yeah. He's like, you want it? I'm like, sure. Not knowing like it was actually going to happen. Anyway, that day, literally right after I said, yeah, I love that car. You know what I mean? I'd love to have that. He called the dealership and was like, okay, we'll take the car. So anyway, I can get more into that kind of whole situation story in another upload, but I just wanted to give you a little background of why I have this car. So this car is very special to me, and I will never, ever get rid of it. And I want to see this project through, and I really want to bring it to a point, you know, that it's not necessarily at. You know, I love this car the way that it is, but it's not necessarily where I want it to be. I want to do a nice cam to it. I want to keep this naturally aspirated, put some nicer wheels on it. It does have a KW V1 coilover system on it, or suspension on it, that does ride very well. I also have some suspension components for the rear that I have not put on yet, but that will be coming. And that I've held off just a little bit on all that kind of stuff because I wanted to make videos of me doing all that kind of stuff to this car. I say this in pretty much all of my review videos, but I know looks are subjective, but I think this is one of the best looking muscle cars ever made. I know some of you may agree, some of you may disagree, but it's got that modern design with that retro twist to it, and I just love the way that it looks. I love the way that this one sits because it is lowered 1.5 inches all around. But yeah, this is the kind of content that I want to start making more of in 2024, you know, lifestyle content, showing you a little bit more of me, because I think that's just what I've always wanted to do. I've just been a little bit nervous about doing it because I didn't know, or don't know, how it's going to do or how it's going to perform on YouTube. I don't know if you guys are going to like me, hence why I've never really made videos like this. But so I want to do more builds. I also have a 1987 Ford F-150 that I want to LS swap. I actually already have the engine built. I have pretty much all the components to that truck. I just haven't had the time really to focus on it because I've been pumping out so many review videos in 2023, because, you know, without money, you can't really do anything in this world. So I don't know. I know I've been rambling on in this video a little bit, but if you guys want to see that kind of content, please let me know in the comments down below, because those comments, you know, really do help shape the channel. You know what I'm saying? They truly, truly do. Because if you're not, you know, vocal about what you want to see, then I don't know what you want to see. I know what I want to do, and I know what I want to put into this channel, but I just don't know if you guys are going to like it. And I think my channel is kind of like in the review niche now, and I don't know if I can do, like, so basically I'm following the same kind of guide that, I don't know if any of you know, Tall Guy Car Reviews did. He started doing car reviews, but then he moved more towards builds, and then once he got to a certain point, he kind of jumped fully into builds, which is exactly what I would like to do one day. There's another plane taking off. I know you guys are like, I don't care about the planes, but it's just cool, right? Those of you who are gearheads out there, you know me, you know what I'm talking about, and you know how I feel when I see like planes, cars, and all that kind of stuff. I just wanted to, you know, put this video out there and just, you know, show you where my mind is. And again, this is more of what I want to do in 2024, is just put my mind out there and just see what happens. You know what I mean? That's something I was nervous about in 2023, and that's something that I want to change here in 2024, because I want to just put more of me out on this channel and just do more of what I truly want to do on this channel and just see what happens. You know, it may make me, it may break me. I don't know, but the only way that I'll be able to find out is just by doing it. Love the sound of a nice V8. Again, I think the LS3 or the 5th gen Camaro really is like the last true muscle car, aside from the Challenger, which they're killing this year, or they already killed actually, because it's just got that old school muscle car sound. Like the newer Camaros, like the 6th gen Camaro, they don't sound as muscly as the 5th gen did, you know what I mean? They just don't have that, like, that true muscle car sound. They sound more like a sports car. Some people may disagree. That's just the way that I see it. Here's a nice little acceleration. So anyways, that's where my mind is. If that is what you guys want to see, please let me know in the comments down below, you know, here. Another goal of mine for 2024 is I would love to get a G80 M3. That would just make for a really fun daily driver, and that is definitely a goal of mine. I don't know if I can pull it off. Maybe, I mean, I probably could pull it off. I just don't know if it is the fiscally responsible thing to do. But, you know, sometimes, you know, life is short and you got to do fun things while you're young. And that's kind of where my mind is. Yeah, it may not be the smartest thing to do, but shoot, you could die tomorrow. You could die in a year from now. And, you know, if you're on your deathbed and you ask the question, hey, have I really done the things that I've really wanted to do in my life, or did I hold off because of, you know, wanting to have money when I die, which makes no sense to me. So those are just some questions that I ask myself. You know, sometimes I'm like, hey, you know what, just do it. And then other times I'm like, maybe you should hold off. So anyways, that's kind of just where my mind is. And again, a couple of my goals for this year, I'd love to hit 100,000 subscribers. I don't know if that can actually happen, but you know, I would love for that to happen. So that's one of my goals. Another goal is maybe to get a BMW G80 M3. And then a goal that I will be doing 100% is introducing some more content, build content, lifestyle content, stuff like that. So if that is what you want to see, please let me know in the comments down below. But really all it's about is consistency and just staying true to, you know, doing what I'm saying that I'm gonna do. So here's another acceleration before we end the video out. Apologize, not the most action-packed video. Before I get in trouble, that is the speed that I'm gonna top out at. So anyways, that again, that's where my mind's at. That's where I want to take the channel in 2024. And again, thank you all so much for all the support you showed me in 2023. You know, I feel like I never really say thank you enough. And I know it's a thing on YouTube. People say thank you all the time, but being now a creator from being a watcher, which is what I used to be, or a viewer, you know, we can't do any of the stuff that we do without your support. So truly, from the bottom of my heart, thank you all so much for the support. 25,000 subscribers, again, in the grand scheme of things, really isn't all that much, but it is huge to me, and it is a huge milestone for me and my channel on my journey to 100,000 subscribers. And once I hit 100,000, we're on our quest for 1 million. So that's it for today's video. I know it's not the most fun video, but I just felt like I needed to put this video out there to let you all know where I'm at in my mind and, you know, where I want to take the channel in the future. So figured I might post this out there. Probably won't get very many views, but you know, it is what it is. But thank you all again so much for the support. I truly, really appreciate each and every one of you. I cannot do what I do if it weren't for all of you. So truly, thank you all so much for the support. More videos, more lifestyle videos, more of me coming to the channel in 2024. I hope all of you are ready for that. But yeah, that's it for today's video. I will catch you all in the next one. Peace.